Yes, you are.
Yes, alright. So here is your question. If a transgender woman would fall asleep today and 20 years later she would be awakened, what do you think she would discover in 2042 with regard to society's status of the members of LGBTQIA community? I repeat, if transgender women would fall asleep today and 20 years later she would be awakened, what do you think she would discover in 2042 with regard to society's status of the members of LGBTQIA+ community?
Yeah, thank you for that quite challenging question. In 2042, I hope that the LGBT members of our community who did not have access to education will have a smooth transition from being uneducated to being literate, from our community to being mostly unheard and unseen, to being part of a nation enmeshed with a thriving economy. I hope that in 2042, with the LGBT members who got very little attention and recognition on leadership, to the LGBT members being the very leaders of their very own nations, I believe that we LGBT members are trailblazers in different aspects of society, may it be in nursing, like in my case, I'm a nurse, in medicine, in education, entrepreneurship, law, politics, even in a lot of things. And I believe that we LGBT members are a full circle. It is within us the power to create, to nurture, and to transform. And I believe that if the government and society will continue to give us this much love and support, we will not only change the Philippines, but we will change the whole world. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright. So, even within the LGBTQIA+ community, there are strong voices that do not agree on transgender women competing in beauty pageant for cisgender women. Convince them that transgender women have a significant space for beauty pageants for women. I will repeat. Even within the LGBTQIA+ community, there are strong voices that do not agree on transgender women competing in beauty pageants for cisgender women. Convince them that transgender women have a significant space for beauty pageants for women.
Thank you for that question. Beauty pageants became so relevant in the society because in beauty pageants we stage not just our beautiful body and faces, or not just we utter flowering words. We also assert our rights, issues, and other relevant topics in the community. The real question is, what is the purpose of pageantry? And that is to amplify and magnify the stories of the community. Trans women are women. And the essence of womanhood is not limited to what we can see between our legs, but on how we're able to radiate our love and let the community nurture through our presence. We are women not because of our physical appearances, but we are women because of what we do, and we are because of what we do, but because of what we are capable of doing. Thank you and good evening.
On October 10, 2022, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. signed into law Republic Act 11934, also known as the Subscriber Identity Module Card Registration Act. Do you believe that the said act further endangers people's information as acclaimed by no less than the IT professionals, because for them, the mandatory SIM card SIM registration puts at risk people's right to privacy and data protection? A SIM card holder has to register his or her personal information. Is that a yes or a no, and then why? I will repeat the question. On October 10, 2022, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed into law Republic Act 11934, also known as the Subscriber Identity Module Card Registration Act. Do you believe that the said act further endangers people's information as claimed by no less than the IT professionals, because for them, the mandatory SIM registration put at risk people's right to privacy and data protection? A SIM card holder has to register his or her information. Yes or no? And then why?
Thank you so much for that very interesting question. Yes, I believe that our president is doing his best for not just for everyone here in our country, and I am agree to that SIM card registration. Though, even though that our privacy will be taken off, but it is for the best. And Republic Act Article 3, Section 1, no man shall be deprived of liberty, property, and life without due process of law. So I believe that it would be processed. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. Am I audible in your end?
Very much.
Alright. If you were to win tonight's Gandang Negros crown, where do you think you could greatly contribute in order to strengthen Governor Ruel Digamo's fresh mandate of serving the people of Negros Oriental? I repeat, if you were to win tonight's Gandang Negros crown, where do you think you could greatly contribute in order to strengthen Governor Ruel Digamo's fresh mandate of serving the people of Negros Oriental?
Thank you so much for the wonderful question. Well, in the world dominant of the things that we know and we do not know, we are so well aware that there are only two laws that is existing, which is the law of man and the law of God. But the question is referring, if I were, or if I will be the next Gandang NegOrense, how will I be able, or what will be my advocacy, or what will be my recourse and action after my reign in help of Governor Ruel Digamo's program? Well, first and foremost, the focal point would be the youth. It is very important that the youth should be involved in global changes and innovations. They should be empowered, not just empowered, but at the same time, they are our key agents to be developed, and at the same time for progression. Because if we will leave them in the societal margins, what will happen is that we will be privileged. So we need to ensure that all of our youth should have the equal opportunities and will be able to practice their lives in the society. And at the same time, not just to be able to experience what's going on in the society, but to be able to act, because that is the most important thing. Because actions without vision is just a passing thing. Vision without action is just daydreaming. But with vision and with action, we can change the world together.
We are at 28.73 pesos. In relation to that, what is your thoughts about the current conversation? Quote unquote, the peso is weak because the dollar is strong.
Thank you so much for the very interesting question. Well, that history is shown us. I know that Filipino is remaining steadfast and despite about that money. And I believe that when we spread hope, which is hope for equality and hope for acceptance, and I believe, ladies and gentlemen, if that is the cause of our economic growth, and I thank you.
Thank you